So, some of you know this verse from Isaiah 11:6, and you guys introduced this perfectly with that beautiful Oseh Shalom. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb. It's a metaphor used by the 8th century BCE prophet Isaiah to describe what we call in Judaism the Messianic era. Yes, in case you don't know it, Judaism does believe in Moshiach, or the Messiah. Remember, Christianity came from us, and as most know, Christians believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and Christians are waiting for the second coming of Jesus, the Messiah. In Judaism, we believe in a Messiah, or a Messianic era, a time of great peace and tranquility, a return to what we might consider the Garden of Eden, a time of coming together, of healing and of peace, a time symbolized by the dwelling together of the wolf and the lamb. Now, we know that our Messianic era, the Jewish Messianic era, has yet to arrive. And Tuesday, this past Tuesday, Election Day, was a reminder of this. Now, I say this not just because this candidate won or that candidate lost. I did write about some of my political concerns about who won and lost in my blog this week. So you can read that online and on Facebook. But I'm not interested tonight, given what these two have created for us in this space, to potentially stir up feelings that only further divide us. This is not the time or the place for that. Now, whether you believe Tuesday was a failed red wave or not, you just have to look at the numbers to see the reality that we are a divided nation. Now, this could be okay if respect and civility and love and tolerance govern both sides of this great divide. But let's be honest with ourselves. With the exception of a few, there are none of these things coming from the right or the left right now. The elephant and the donkey are not dwelling in peace together. They're not even coexisting peacefully, and as a result, we see violence and threats and hatred of the other, and as we all know, even an attempt to overthrow our government. And the dangerous animosity that divides our leaders is part of our own lives. As American Jews, we're living in a country where anti-Semitism is on the rise, and anti-Semitic leaders and celebrities and sports icons are supported, all while our communities are threatened. As American citizens, some of us have made choices about our bodies or spoken out respectfully about social issues that are personal, and we've gotten canceled by friends, by family, even by employers. So many of you told me that your conversations these days with important people in your lives are forced. They're fake, because we can't speak to each other about what's going on. And all of us, one way or the other, label each other. We push each other aside if we don't see eye to eye, and we further the divide. Listen, I'm not saying we need to live in what I call a kumbaya world. There are people out there, not just politicians, who are so ignorant, no matter how much we share with them, they're not going to change. But, and I need you to hear this, there are good donkeys and there are good elephants, good wolves and good sheep out there. You are many of them. We don't have to see eye to eye to dwell in peace. Now, when it comes to the Jewish view of the Messiah, I personally don't think that one day one person will arise and repair this very broken world. And now, I'm not alone. This is not my opinion. Rabbi Mordechai Kaplan, whose teachings lie at the foundation of this community, whose teachings lie at the foundation of Judaism, who was a prominent rabbi in the conservative and the Orthodox world until they excommunicated him, but that's another story. He teaches us this. These are his words. We can no longer believe that any person or semi-divine being is divinely destined to rule as the Messiah and usher in a time of peace. Nevertheless, he says, the idea of the Messiah can still figure symbolically to express the valid belief in the coming of a higher type of human being than this world has yet known. Due to the tendency of the human mind to personify its hopes and embody them in concrete images, Judaism projected the ideal person of the future into the image of the Messiah. It's more appropriate, Kaplan says, to project our hopes for humanity on a future society or an era than on an individual past or future. So Kaplan's idea puts the onus on all of us. It makes it harder. It would be really nice if tomorrow we woke up and the Messiah arrived and fixed it all. We wish that when we end Shabbat tomorrow night and we make Havdalah, what song do we sing? Eliyahu Hanavi. That's Eliyahu, Elijah the prophet. The reason we sing that is in Jewish tradition, Elijah will come to announce the arrival of the Messiah. And guess what? If Elijah comes at your house tomorrow when you make Havdalah, the Messiah is coming and we get to stay in Shabbat forever. I don't mean to be a pessimist, but I don't think that's going to happen. I believe it's up to each of us, one moment at a time, one relationship at a time, to find the good wolves and the good lambs, and to reach out and to bring people together, to appreciate that so many are silenced out of fear, out of feeling disenfranchised, out of ignorance. Just look at the numbers here. Less than 50% of the state of Florida voted on Tuesday. It's in the 40s. So many people, that doesn't affect our elected people, all right? You won. Smart. So many people don't fit into the box that you might see as defining a Republican or a Democrat. For so many of us, social issues like freedom of choice over our bodies and freedom of speech and guns guided our votes. But for others, struggling to survive, to put food on their table, to keep their children safe, they see the world very differently than we do. And they have different priorities, ones that have the potential to fly in the face of what we hold dear when it comes to voting. But does that mean we demonize these people? I say no. Instead, we need to listen to them. We need to share with them. We need to work together with them. Now, next door right here, our Christian brothers and sisters are waiting for the coming of the Messiah, the second coming of the Messiah. While some Jews are still waiting for the first coming of Moshiach, of the Messiah, I believe our job is not to wait. It's to make the Messianic era come now, to make it happen, to do our part to heal and to bring people together, and to unite ourselves as one people. Now, I know that this sounds like a Hallmark greeting card, but this idea is actually in the Torah itself. Right now, I'm reading for you the beginning of chapter 30 of the last book of the Torah, the book of Deuteronomy. When all these things befall you, the blessing and the curse, and you take them to heart and you wake up and you appreciate that there's good out there, and you and your children put your entire heart and soul into spreading this goodness, then your fortunes will be given back to you. You will be surrounded by love and by God, and God will take you back in love, and you will be brought together again. Even if your outcasts are at the end of the world, you will be brought together as one people, and you will be blessed. That being said, I direct you to the little supplement that you received when you came in. As Cantor Jodi leads us in Debbie Friedman's One People, yes, it's a song, but more importantly, it's a hope. It's a prayer, a reminder that we have the potential to be united. May we live the words of this hope and learn how to stand side by side as wolves and lambs, as elephants and donkeys. Shabbat Shalom. Let's sing together.
Our country and all who lead us, may they be wise and just and fair. God, guard our borders, keep us safe and strong. God, keep our country in your loving care. We'll be one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice, one people seeking hope, one people seeking peace. God bless our country. Let every race and creed unite in harmony and pride. We'll join together and we'll work hand in hand. We are one people standing side by side. We'll be one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice, one people seeking hope, one people seeking peace. We'll be one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice, one people seeking hope, one people seeking peace. God bless our country and all its people. May they be free of hate and war. Lay down your swords and shields. Nations will not fight again. They will not learn war anymore. We'll be one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice, one people seeking hope, one people seeking peace, one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice, one people seeking hope, one people seeking peace, one people seeking freedom, one people seeking justice,